To continue the discussion on the statement of cash flows, we have again the general formula. This one. You will get the changes, which can be positive or negative, and then you add the cash beginning to get the cash end, which is the cash balance in your balance sheet. And as discussed in the previous video, the changes here comprise different activities. We have operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. And I hope that the guide from the last video was sufficient for you to tell apart these different activities. Now we will talk about the methods on how these activities are presented. For the first, operating activities, we have two ways to present it. We have what we call the direct method and the indirect method. For investing, it's only the direct method. Same with financing. To reiterate, we have again methods on how to present the activities. For operating, we have two, direct and indirect. And for investing and financing, we have direct. I will first discuss how the direct method is used, and maybe in a separate video, I will talk about the indirect method of presenting operating activities. And to apply, let me first write the heading of a statement of cash flow. You start with the company name. For example, the company name is ABC Company. After this, write the statement that you are preparing. So in this case, statement of cash flows. Then after this, you will write the date covered. So assuming the company is using the calendar year, you will write for the year ended December 31, 2020. After your heading, you will start writing the changes. And again, for the changes, we have three activities: operating, investing, financing. And the order of presenting it is like this. You will start with operating, then investing, and then financing. So first, we start with operating. You will write and after this line, you will indent and write down transactions related to operating activities. And you will start with the collections first before the payment. So given that, I will now write the transactions. Let's say we have another is, let's say you have a collection of interest, so that's operating. So these two are our receipts. Now let's have our payments. For example, another is, now how do you write the amount for these collections and these payments? So you will write it here. For the first amount, you will write a peso sign. And then for the last two, you will enclose it in a parenthesis, meaning it's to be deducted. And then write the total beside the last amount. You will write it here. And let's say your receipts are higher than your payments, so you will have a positive value. And that's it for the net cash flows from operating activities. So that's the first. Now we jump to another activity. For the next, you will write the net cash flows from investing activities. What if in the investing you only made payments, meaning you don't have any collection? So in that case, you can just proceed as usual. You will start with the payments because you don't have any receipts. For example, cash purchase of land and another is cash purchase of building. And since this is payments, you will start the amount with a value that is enclosed in the parentheses, meaning it is deducted. And then for the building, it's also deducted. So what you do is just get the total. It's negative. And then finally, you have net cash flows from financing activities. So let me write. And let's say we have the following transactions. So here I will be writing one collection and one payment. For the collection, I'll write proceeds of bank loan. So this is for our collection. And for the payment, for example, cash withdrawal of owner. Again, you will place the peso sign for the first value. Proceed is plus, cash withdrawal is minus. Get the total. Let's say withdrawal is higher, so this is negative again. And after you're done, you will add all the net cash flows. Net cash flows from operating, investing, and financing. And that will be your net change in cash. So let's say your negative values are higher. In that case, the total would be negative. And this will present the changes that I've been talking about in the general formula. After this one, you will add the cash beginning. In this case, your cash beginning should be higher than your net change in cash. That is negative because you cannot have a negative value for cash. So you get the sum to get the cash in. And this should be a positive value. And as I mentioned in the previous video, the value of cash in is the value of cash in the balance sheet. And that is how you present the statement of cash flows under the direct method of presenting the operating, investing, and financing activities. Normally in the sheet work or quiz, you will be given transactions with amounts. And what you need to do is just classify them as operating, investing, financing, and then indicate the movement of cash. Will the cash increase or decrease? After that, you will just have to categorize them, starting from operating, then investing, then financing to get your net change in cash, where you will add your cash beginning to determine your cash in. Okay? So it's that simple. And that's it for this video. Thank you.